In the amount of time it takes to cook a single portion of pasta, this whole dish comes together. It's cheap, it's easy, and best of all, like I said, it's extremely quick. This right here is a creamy, spicy tomato pasta, and it isn't actually that spicy. Now for the prep, we're going to need 4 cloves of garlic. Run these along a microplane to create a paste. You can also thinly slice them or roughly chop them, or even put them in a mortar and pestle and crush them up. That choice is all yours. Just make sure you get all of that paste out of there. We're going to need 2 long red chilies. These aren't that spicy at all, even with the seeds in. All I'm doing is taking off the stems and then chopping these up into a really fine paste. You can chuck them into the mortar and pestle with the garlic if that's what you'd like to do. And you can add a little bit of sea salt flakes to help act as an abrasive and break this down. Just get it as small as possible. And like I said, they're really not that spicy at all, but you can use a more spicier chili if you prefer. For a little bit of garnish, I'm using some curly parsley. Flat leaf parsley is fine as well, just use whatever you can get. Take off a little bit and then we're going to roughly chop. Just make sure there's no large leaves or stems. You should have something that looks like this.
For the pasta, bring a saucepan of water to a boil and season with salt. Drop in 250 grams or 8.8 ounces of rigatoni and cook it for 1 minute less than the packet instructions. Now for the sauce, place a large high-rimmed pan over a medium-high heat. Add in 1 tablespoon of extra virgin olive oil and add in the garlic and the chili. Mix this around, make sure that garlic isn't clumped up, and we're going to saute this for 1 to 1.5 minutes until you start to see that nice sizzle. Add in 2 tablespoons or 40 grams of concentrated tomato paste, this is triple concentrated, along with a little bit of salt to taste, and then mix this all together and we're going to cook this for about a minute, just mixing it around, making sure everything's combined and the oils start to release from that tomato paste. Add in 1 cup or 250 milliliters of thickened cream. This has a fat percentage of about 35%. I'm grating in a little bit of Parmigiano Reggiano. The amounts are completely up to you, but we're going to add it multiple times in this recipe, so don't go overboard. And we can add a little bit of that parsley, along with some salt and cracked black pepper, of course to taste. Then mix this around and we're going to bring this up to a simmer. Make sure all of that tomato paste is broken up as well. Once it is at a simmer, reduce the heat to low and then cook this for about 6 minutes until that sauce is reduced and you have a really nice thick, deep orange sauce. This sauce is called rosé and it is just mixing cream and tomato together. At this stage, our rigatoni is cooked for 1 minute less than the packet instructions. This can be removed from the heat. I recommend reserving about half a cup of the water as we can adjust the consistency of our sauce and we want to drain this through a colander. Add the drained pasta into the sauce. We can add a little bit more of that curly or flat leaf parsley and a little bit more Parmigiano Reggiano or Parmesan cheese. Again, the amounts are completely up to you. Then start mixing this around over a medium heat. Adjust it with that reserved pasta water if you need to and cook this for 1 minute for that pasta to get nice and al dente and the sauce to coat everything really well. This recipe serves 2. It can easily be doubled or tripled or even halved if you just want to make a single portion. Make sure you scrape the excess sauce out of the pan so we don't have any waste. Garnish it up with some Parmigiano Reggiano or Parmesan. Again, the amounts are completely up to you. And then we can also hit it up with that remaining flat leaf parsley or curly parsley. And don't forget the cracked black pepper. This then leaves us with this chili rosé pasta. It's very cheap to make and it's on the table in little to no time at all.
With everything said and done, there's only one thing left to do, and that is we can then dig in. That is absolutely delicious, and because it's one of those dishes that takes little to no time to make, it makes it even better. It's also one of those dishes that's kind of like a base where you can just add a whole load of different ingredients to it. Beef, chicken, some prawns, or even a little bit of spinach in there to add a bit of greenery. It is absolutely delicious, and I cannot wait for you to try it yourself.